I am here to share with you some stories about a great man. But first, I want you to imagine yourself covered in fur. Imagine shivering, cold and alone. Imagine the hunger, the misery and terror of losing a new life that was just inside of you. Now imagine a world where that famine does not exist for you or your kind, where only wanted and healthy babies are made. This is the future Bob Barker imagines for cats and dogs all over the United States. And this is a future that we all can help achieve. Small things do add up. Having owned dozens of cats, every single one altered, I've seen how the animal's health, longevity, and happiness is improved just by being fixed. I also know, using simple mathematics, that if each of my cats had birthed or sired one single litter, there would have been at least 24 new animals out there. And since it isn't often that a cat just has one kitten, it probably would have been closer to between 70 and 100 new animals needing food, attention, housing, medications. I've definitely done my part by keeping that many animals from burdening our society. But still, my contributions couldn't ever hold a candle to Bob Barker's. He has been in animal rights activism since before I was born. It all started with his wife's decision to stop wearing furs, and he continued it as long as he was on The Price is Right. And even now, he remains a loud, constant voice for those who cannot speak for themselves. I would like to share some of his early efforts as an animal rights activist with you, then glance at how his spinning the wheel days helped further his efforts. And finally, I will describe to you what amazing things he is accomplishing now, using his vast resources to lead the way in rallying as many human voices as possible to speak the message that our pets cannot for themselves. First, let's take a trip back in time. The year is 1979, and Bob's wife, Dorothy Jo, has already shunned her fur coats. But she has a new concern. She requests that Bob Barker become a vegetarian. And according to About.com's animal rights page, that same year, he did. About.com also says Barker was an MC in the Miss America pageant for over 20 years. But what finally ended his long-standing relationship with that pageant was the producer's decision to continue using furs after Bob Barker asked them not to. As you can see, in the early years, Bob started just by standing up for his beliefs and actively protesting everything that he felt was wrong. Then, on his famous show, The Price is Right, which he began to MC in 1972 on CBS, Bob was able to take his animal activism up a notch by proclaiming after every show, "Please help control the pet population. Have your pets spayed or neutered." Before he retired from that show, he also founded Bob Barker's DJ&T Foundation, which is named after his wife and mother. This was in 1994. The foundation has contributed millions towards animal neutering, and also has funded animal rescue and park facilities in various states. In the latter part of his career, when he started DJ&T, he started to transition out of The Price is Right and more strongly into animal rights. And the extra time on his hands provided by his recent retirement has only led to even greater efforts on Bob Barker's part. According to About.com, in 2010, Barker donated $5 million to Sea Shepherd Conservation Society to fight whaling, as well as $1 million to Shark, S-H-A-R-K, to fight pigeon shoots in Pennsylvania. Also, a press release that was featured on PETA's website describes his most recent activism. After hearing that the Obama administration is launching a new website called We the People, which will allow users to create their own petitions and send them in front of our government administrators after receiving at least 5,000 supporters, Bob decided to team up with PETA to petition for a mandatory spay and neuter law. The law would apply to all animals adopted from shelters or bought from pet stores, puppy mills, and breeders until the nation's overpopulation crisis is in check and all the dogs and cats in the United States have homes to call their own. This goal represents Barker's passion and dedication to all animals, from the smallest little mouse to the largest whale, and every puppy and kitten in between, of course. After following Bob from the beginning of his animal rights journey all the way to his recent multi-million-dollar contributions, I hope you feel a sense of empowerment. There are already giants out there paving the way for us. We can stand on their shoulders and save an entire nation's population from eternal misery.